All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're joining us here at the men's first volleyball in the Lancaster University Sports Centre. York currently leading 8-4, I believe, in the first quarter. And that was just long, and it's another point to York. And it's a wonderful atmosphere again, as always, down here at the Lancaster University Sports Centre, as it has been all weekend. People absolutely crammed up here on the balcony and crammed down at courtside. Oh, I've been telling you the wrong score. It's currently 3-all in this first section. That's a wonderful dive from the York player to keep the ball in play. And it's back across. Oh, a slight misjudgment there from the Lancaster player, but he's back up on his feet very quickly. Clearly got the full support of the team behind him. York now lead 4-3. And it's a York serve, number 21 for York to take the serve. Playing into the centre of the court. He set it up here for number 5 for Lancaster, and it's a great block from York. Couldn't catch the number of the play, but that's a great block. And now serve is back with York, and it is 5-3 to York here. Number 21 to take the serve for York. Oh, and it's hit the net. 5-4, an easy point there. Easy point there for Lancaster. And then Lancaster back with the serve. Number 12 to take the serve for Lancaster. And we've just been saying this on the other commentary. I don't think by any means that the fact that the Roses weekend has been decided. For those of you who don't know, Lancaster have won Roses 2016, but I don't feel that is going to take anything out of the pressure on the game today. And that's just long there from York. And Lancaster pull level, 5-all. And the serve is back with Lancaster. Like I was saying, it's been a wonderful weekend of sport, and none of these players want to let down their home side. And the set up here at number 8, York with it. Oh, it's a great block, but they can't get there in time. And York pull again, once again into the lead, 6-5. York again to take the serve. Number 4 with the serve. Oh, and it's just clips the net there. Kept in play by Lancaster. Set up here on the right-hand side. Oh, wonderful shot. To draw Lancaster level, 6-all. And just slight breaking play. They're going to go collect the ball. Like I say, wonderful atmosphere. There's even more people arriving as we speak. I'm not entirely sure they can fit any more people on courtside here. And the ball's back in play, served by number 5. Set up here on the right-hand side, kept in play. Number 6 here for Lancaster. Again, comfortably dealt with there by York. Oh, it's gone long. And Lancaster sneak into the lead. It's been a very even game so far, but we are very, very much in the early stages here. And Lancaster back here with the serve. It's number 5 for Lancaster to take the serve. Served. Oh, a bit of a mistake there by number 13 for York. And Lancaster pull even more into the lead. 8-6 now. For those of you just tuning in with the men's first volleyball, Lancaster currently leading 8-6 in his first game. And set up here on the right-hand side, it comfortably dealt with again by Lancaster. Number 12 out here to number 6. Oh, it's well blocked again from York. Set up here for number 11. Again, well blocked, and Lancaster can't do anything about that one. Tried to keep it in play, but it was just too much for him. It's 8-7 now to Lancaster. And the serve is back with York. Number 17 for York to take the serve. Again, comfortable for Lancaster. Oh! A little bit of improvisation there, and it's clipped the net. Oh, he's given the point to Lancaster there. Lancaster pull into 9-7 lead now in this first game. Very even so far. Neither side really asserting any sort of real dominance, but Lancaster opportunity now to go 3 points ahead. Comes to the service, comfortably dealt with by York, and clipped over the net there by York. And set up here, is he gonna? Oh, it's straight into the net. And that's the biggest margin we've seen so far. Lancaster pulling into a 10-7 lead. That cheer you can hear there is for the basketball, which is taking place on the court to the left-hand side of us. And number 7 here for the serve by Lancaster. Oh, is that just wide? Yeah. Lancaster pulling to a 4-point lead here. Again, that noise coming from the basketball court to the left of us. York comfortably deal with the serve. Number 11 here for Lancaster. Oh, it's a wonderful shot. Nothing York could do about that one. Well set up and well executed there by Lancaster. And just a short intermission here. And there's team talks here. Remember, Lancaster now in a 12-7 lead in this first game. Players just trying to get themselves motivated. Clearly talking tactics, trying to build up. Lancaster looking to build on that lead that they've built in the final moments of that game. And York looking to get themselves back in the game. It is by no means a dominant lead here by Lancaster, but certainly we'll hope to widen that gap even further. And we're back. Number 7 takes the start of the game with a serve for Lancaster. And it's a good serve in the center of the court. He's set up here for York. Oh, it's great block, but they can't keep it out. Number 5 dived for it there. That was a courageous dive, but it wasn't quite enough. And York pull a point back. 12-8 now to Lancaster. Number 7. Oh, seemed to be a bit of miscommunication there, or at least a diversion. Oh, dealt well with there by York. Tipped over the net again. We're back in the Lancaster side. It's number 6 here for Lancaster. Oh, he's blocked, but it goes out. And there's a point there, another point there for Lancaster. 13-8 now. And number 11 to take the serve here for Lancaster. Lancaster 13-8 lead. Serve comfortably dealt with by York. He set it up here on the left-hand side. Oh, well dealt with again. Oh, it's a cheeky little tip over the net there. And number 6 again, it's just wide. You can see the frustration in his face there, but the team rallying behind him quite quickly. And it's now 13-9 to Lancaster. As we say, an absolutely packed sports centre here. And York here again with a serve. And again, comfortably dealt with. Set it for number 6 on the left. Just clipped the net there. And now it's set up here for York. Well done, diving to the floor by number 5 to keep the ball in play. Oh, and he's just tipped it over, and well, again, comfortably dealt with by York. Oh, there's nothing to do about that one. Great hit by number 12 from York side. 13-10 now. York closing that lead that we had at the last break of play. And York here with the serve again. Dealt with by number 6. Oh, seemed to be a bit of miscommunication there, but they got it over the net. Lancaster dealing with it well. Oh, it's straight into the net. And that lead now down to 2 points, 13-11. Now, Lancaster still in the lead, but just by 2 points as opposed to the 5 they held at the break. Number 8 for York. Comfortably dealt with by number 6. And he's set up here on the left-hand side. Oh, it's kept in play. He's back over the net. Good save. Oh, he's going to struggle with this one. Oh, brilliantly kept in play. And number 12. York here with the ball quite comfortably. Oh! Oh, he's hit it wide. Wonderful, wonderful play from both sides there, and Lancaster take the point in the end. It's 14-11 now, 3-point lead for Lancaster. I believe we're playing to 25 points here in this first game. That's number 6 for Lancaster to take the serve. Reiterate that score, it's 14-11 now to Lancaster. Number 6 to take the serve. Oh! Well kept in play there after a little bit of a mistake on the York side. He's going to set it up here for number 10 it seems, but a great block. Oh, and he's just about kept it in play. I wasn't sure what that was there, but the York take the point, 14-12 now. A substitution here on the Lancaster side. Number 2 coming off and number 10. I'm assuming that's tactical. Number 10 still seems very fit. He seems capable of playing on. Play just for a slight change of direction. It's the York serve here. 14-12 to Lancaster still. Serve is comfortably dealt with, and it's back over to the York side, and it's straight into the net. And Lancaster get the points, 15-12 now. Number 2 for Lancaster to take the serve. That's a good serve as well. Again, comfortably dealt with. Oh! Powerful, powerful hit there by number 20, number 21. And York take the point, 15-13 here. Just a reminder, in case you're just tuning in, it's Lancaster have won Roses 2016, but there is still a lot to play for on this Sunday afternoon. Lancaster take the point to make it 16-13. Coincidentally, I believe occurring at the same time as a point on the basketball court, which is why the cheer you heard for that point was quite as so large that time. And we how's it going? Yeah, what you been up to this weekend? What you been up to this weekend? That's all right, don't worry. Sorry about that. 17-13 now for Lancaster. Lancaster at that point. And number 12 for Lancaster to take the serve straight into the net. I'm going to be disappointed with that. 17-14 now. York take the point there. 17-15 now for Lancaster. York, again, once again, closing that gap. Still a 2-point lead for Lancaster. And York again with the serve. I believe it's number 4 for York to take the serve. He's certainly got the height. Comfortably dealt with. And we're setting up here for number 11. Oh, again, dealt with by York. Kept in play. It's out here on the right-hand side. Oh, narrowly missed. And York closed that gap down to 1 point. 17-16 now. Lancaster still in the lead, but it's very marginal now. It's the smallest gap we've had since the break of play. It's the York side to take the serve. It's just over again. Comfortably dealt with. Set up here on the left-hand side for number 5. Got just having a touch on there, the York team. Lancaster cope with it well. Set up here again for number 5 out here on the left. Oh, a bit of miscommunication there on the York side. There seems to be a little controversy. I believe York claiming that the ball did not hit the floor. They've got there before. But I believe the referee, the umpire had already made a decision. It's 18-16 now. Oh, and a bit of a mistake there. And a huge roar goes up from the Lancaster players. And number 12, though, really, you can see just how much that game's for me. Emphasising what I was saying earlier, this game is by no means a dead. This is still a very competitive game. Two teams that really clearly want to win for the home side, and just for personal pride more than anything at this point. And there is still the case of the margin of the points victory at the end of the weekend. So 19-16 here, just before the timeout was called. Both teams just taking a break now. I believe it was timeout. Timeout was called. If you are looking for an update on the basketball, it is there 21-10 there to Lancaster in the men's first basketball. And the Lancaster team coming back out on the court, and so the York team. And it looks like we're ready to go again. I believe it is 19-16 to Lancaster. It is indeed 19-16 to Lancaster. Lancaster with a serve. Oh, and it's a great dive there from number 12 for Lancaster to keep the ball in play. And it's back across to the York side. Well set up. Oh! Great shot from there by number 7. Well, certainly impressive to an outsider of the sport. It's the kind of camaraderie of both teams. It's something you see quite rarely in sport, is when a player makes a mistake, the entire team rallies very quickly behind him, which clearly is... Oh! It's a wonderfully clever shot there from number 12. Just tipped it cheekily over the net. And that gives Lancaster a 20-17 lead. 20-17 lead. A 3-point gap. And there's going to be a quick substitution here for Lancaster. Number 10 coming on for number 2. And number 7 to take the serve for Lancaster. It's over the net. It's number 6. Oh, very well done. He saw the space and he took advantage of it. And now it's 20-18. York back with the serve. Number 7 to take the serve for York. Well, it's played with quite a bit of pace on that serve. And the rally continues with just as much pace as the serve. Oh! Wonderful, wonderful hit. Just too much power behind it there for the Lancaster player to deal with. And now we're back to a 1-point gap here. Power seems to fade there slightly. 20-19 lead for Lancaster, with York with the serve and looking to draw us level here in this first game. Out here on the left to number 6, and it's tipped back over and then tipped back and then wonderfully kept in play by Lancaster. Or number 5 for Lancaster, or rather. Number 10. Oh, and he just tried to tip it over the net, but number 13 was alert to it. And there's nothing Lancaster could do about that one. And now we are all level. For the first time since the early stages of the game, we are all level here at the men's first volleyball. Number 12 for Lancaster. Number 11. That's a solid... Oh, it's point to York. The Lancaster players seem to believe they'd won that point there, but I believe it must have been long. And York now in the lead, 21-20. Oh. Number 6 plays it back across the net. And York win the point, and we are now 20-22, playing to 25 points, remember. And I believe Lancaster have called a timeout. 2-point gap, remember, playing 25 points. Team must win by 2. And Lancaster, after leading for most of this game, now found them in the position 2 points behind. 2 points behind York. 20-22. And they're all hands in there, the Lancaster team, and the York team are doing the same. It's going to set up very nicely here for a very tense, very competitive final few points. Number 7 for York, setting up to take the serve. It seems to be great support, and now we're back in the game. Set up here in the right. Nothing Lancaster about that. Number 5 dive to it, but all he can do is knock it into the crowd. And York take a 3-point lead here. 20-23 to York. And York again with the serve. 2 points away from victory here in this first game. Number 5 out to number 11. Set up here for number 6. Well blocked by York, but comfortably dealt with again by Lancaster. Set up here for number 6. And the point goes to York. He wasn't able to keep it in play. And that's another timeout called. With York 1 point away from victory in this first game here. So it is 24-20 here in the first set of the volleyball. York 1 point away, remember. 24-20, York 1 point away from winning this first set. And number 7 here with the serve for York. Again, comfortably dealt with. Number 6 out here on the left, well dealt with by York, well blocked. And out here on the right, number 11, is that long? And it is. And the point goes. The point goes to York, and they win that first set. And we're changing ends here. It's been frustrating there for Lancaster. They led for pretty much since the first part of the set, and York just closed that gap when they got around to about 20 points. York just really went to ascendancy. They must have won about 8 or 9 points on the bounce there. And York take a 1 set lead. So we take a short break before we go into the second set here. Again, fantastic crowd here. In a very packed sports centre. And Lancaster must be a little bit frustrated after that first set, but it's by no means over. We still have 4 sets remaining. And both teams just psychologically preparing themselves for this next set. Just a reminder, if you're unaware, Lancaster have won Roses 2016, but there is still plenty of points to play for on this Sunday afternoon. And if you're around in Lancaster this weekend, getting down to the sports centre is by no means be a bad decision. There's a wonderful game of basketball going out here to the left of me, and we are about to enter the second set down here at the men's first volleyball. As it has been all weekend, the atmosphere is absolutely fantastic down here. And there's a roar from the York players as they emerge back out onto the court. Lancaster players taking a little bit more time. They'll be feeling a little bit disappointed, but there is still a very, very long way left to go in this game. The crowd is always, as has been all weekend, decorated with roses of red, roses of white T-shirts, I Am Lancaster T-shirts. And the roar comes up from the Lancaster players, and they're emerging back out onto court here. The sound we can hear is the just the end of the last basketball quarter. And here we are, back in the start of the second set. 0-0. Number 8 for York. Luigi, I believe he's called. About to take the serve to get us started up in this second set. And it's a good serve, comfortably dealt with by Lancaster, as always. And it's back across to York, again comfortably dealt with. Kept in play, and it's number 21 here. He's back to the net, forces it back over. Only just went for a little tip over the net there. Set up here on the right hand side for number 4, and there's nothing anyone can do about that. So much power. And York take the first point. Luigi again to take the serve for York. Oh, it's just clips the net there. Well done by Lancaster to keep it in play. Set out here on the left-hand side for Lancaster. Number 13, and that's going to go long. And Lancaster draw level, 1-1 here. Number 17 for Lancaster. Well kept in play by number 7. Oh! Must have been on the line. Very well done there by the York player. Hey, John. You come back Number 13 for York. Get it back in play. 2-1 at lead here for York. Just tipped over the net. Set up here on the right-hand side for number 4. Well blocked by Lancaster. Number 5. Oh, nothing. Number 7 died for that one, but couldn't quite get there in time. And Lancaster draw level, 2-2 here. And number 5 for Lancaster to get us started again with the serve. Here in this second set, for those of you just joining, York took the first set, 25-20. And York take another point there to give them a 3-2 lead here in the second set. We are playing the best of 5 sets, remember? 5 sets, remember? And Woodward to get the ball started again with a serve for York. Oh, it's well blocked. But it goes wide. And Lancaster take the point, drawing level 3-3 here in this second set.
Hello.
Joining me here is Joel Smith.
Hello, how are we doing?
We're good.
Sorry, I'm a bit late. I was down doing ballroom dancing for Lancaster.
How'd you get on?
Did well. I did pretty well, surprisingly. I did the beginners jive and beginners cha-cha, and I came second in the jive.
Fantastic.
And we won't talk about the cha-cha. Anyway, we're here for the volleyball, and the score currently stands at 4-3 to York with them one set up. It's York serve over to Lancaster. It's gone a bit wide.
Oh, kept well in play there.
Kept in play well. And it's for York for the attack. Number 17 bounces it over. And it lands just south of the right line, giving them another point.
And York take a 5-3 lead now, 2-point gap here in the second set.
So we're here for York serve now.
Well blocked, but it goes out of play, and Lancaster get a point back, and it's now 5-4. York still in the lead, but Lancaster with the serve. We're down to a 1-point gap. It's been a close game so far. York ended up in the ascendancy here, just really took control at the end of that first set. But aside from that, it's been very even. And York get that straight into the net. And we draw level here in the second set, 5-all now.
This might be the fight that Lancaster needs to secure a second set in the best of 5. We've got number 11 taking the serve. Numbers 6, 10 and 12 looking for the block. And York counter. Number 17 with the hit. It's blocked by the Lancaster defence. Number 17 again. But it's found by number 5 by Lancaster. And number 11 goes in.
Oh, it's straight into the net.
Yeah, not enough height on that hit, unfortunately.
No.
Giving them another point, York.
I was just remarking earlier that the kind of the camaraderie within both teams is quite impressive.
Yeah, they've got the tradition of going and cheering after every round, every rally.
Yeah, and it must do so much to keep the morale of the team up, particularly after the player makes a mistake or isn't able to keep the ball in play.
And we're in another rally with York on the attack. Number 4 takes the hit.
Oh!
And it's found by number 11, who hits it, but it lands all the way over to the back of the court.
I mean, now York in a 7-5 lead now. Here in the second set, just to remind you, if you're just joining us, York took the first set, 25-20.
And if you're around the sports centre, there's some great sport going on either side. We've got the men's basketball, who are leading 35-14 to Lancaster.
Oh, that's just gone long there.
Lancaster take another point, keeping the score for this set pretty level.
Yeah. Neither side really in the ascendancy so far. It's been fairly even in the start of the second set.
And we've got a rally from York, number 8 over to 13.
Oh.
Who finds it, but the response from the Lancaster player wasn't strong enough, giving them another point. And we're still here with the York serve. Popeye, number 7, going up for the next rally. It's bounced over, but it's too weak. Hits the net, passes over the serve to the Lancaster boys. Number 12, 5 and 7 taking up defensive stance for Lancaster. Number 10 taking the serve. It's found by number 13, just about for York. And they managed to clip it over. And number 5 makes a confident shot straight into the face of one of the York defenders, but he can't quite pop it back over the net, and another point is awarded to Lancaster, bringing it even at 8-all.
Number 10 with the serve for Lancaster. Oh, and it's just gone long. And York take the lead, now 9-8 now in this second set. Number 8, Luigi, out here on the for York to take the serve. Oh, number 5 diving to keep that one in play, and Lancaster take the point.
Yeah, number 5 struggled a little bit to get the right velocity on that pass over, but number 12 found it and managed to pop it over with his hand.
Yeah.
And the York defence weren't expecting it. Number 12 Lancaster with the serve. Found by York. Over to number 4.
Side, well blocked by Lancaster.
The defence by York found that shot.
Oh!
And number 7 went in for a very nice volley, but it was too far over. So that brings the score to 10-9 in the second set. And it's passed over to the York serve.
And Steve, number 13 for York to take the serve.
It's found by the Lancaster defence. Taken over to number 5, who shoots it off.
Number 8 just can't. Number 8 for York just can't deal with that one there.
And goes over, bringing the score level again to 10-10. It's passed over for the Lancaster serve. Number 5 will take it. Up it goes. It's found by York number 7, over to York number 8, over to 4. And a very good shot, managed to find a great line in between the Lancaster defence, bringing the score up 1 to York. York have the serve. It's a very close set so far.
11-10, York currently leading here in the second set.
And the York serve is found.
Set up here on the right for number 4. That's just gone wide, I think. Is that right?
Yep, just went too far wide. We're working off the green lines over in the volleyball.
Yeah.
And after feigning a quite strong pass from Lancaster, number 4 found it but couldn't get the accuracy right. And there's another serve for Lancaster to 17 by York, an 8, and number 4 with the hit.
Oh, well kept in play, but number 7's going to struggle there, and he's taken out a member of the crowd in his attempt to keep the ball in play.
Slides over, attempted to keep the ball back in play, but unfortunately it had gone too far wide after the second pass by Lancaster. York to take the serve, they're 12-11 up.
Oh, it's straight into the net.
Keeping the score nice and even.
Yeah. Serve back with Lancaster.
Number 11 taking the serve now. Number 10, 12 and 6 in defensive positions. Number 5 bringing the rear. And it's popped over, found by number 17 to number 6, and then over to number 4. And the Lancaster 6, 12, and back to 6 again.
Well
It's
kept
kept in by number 13 by York. Over to 21 and number 4.
Straight into the net.
Attempt. And as you say, straight into the net. And the score for the first time in this set is 1-up to Lancaster. Can they keep the momentum going?
Yeah, we had in the first set, Lancaster led for most of the set, and then just we are a 4-point lead, 2016, and York just came in and took about 9 points in a row and took that first set. And Lancaster will be hoping for a similar level of momentum here in the second set.
And it's kept in. It's kept in there by the York defence. The York defence was strong on that volley, meaning it was passed over back to Lancaster, but I think they touched it one too many times in that space of time, bringing the scores back up to 13 all. Number 17 for York for the serve. Found by 5. And 11. And over by number 10. And a confident shot there by number 13, Steve, for the York side. But it bounced off the hands of a Lancaster player, so the point is awarded to York.
And York now in a 14-13 lead here. Number 17 for York to take the serve.
Found by number 5 to 12 and then to 10. And a nice shot deflected off the York defence. Number 7 wasn't found by any of the rest of the York team, and it bounced just inside of the right line.
And the serve pass over to Lancaster. Number 6 for Lancaster to take the serve.
Found by 4 and 8 and over to 13.
Oh!
And a lovely shot there.
Steve, number 13 for York. So much power in that shot.
Yeah, found one of the Lancaster's players found the ball right underneath him. Couldn't manage to get it back up.
No. And York now 15-14 up here in the second set.
And we had a serve there by the York team, but the Lancaster players thought it had gone out, left it be, but it was just inside on the line, giving the score up to 16-14.
And an interesting celebration there by the York team.
Yeah.
Seemingly diving onto the floor. And
they were very happy with that.
Yeah.
So they've just taken a timeout. I think it's Lancaster's coach that's taken a timeout. What do you think that he'll be telling the team for now?
I suppose a lot of it must just be continue as they are. It's a very competitive game so far. I think the 2-point margin is it's marginal so far.
Yeah.
I don't think either team has really dominated the game so far.
No, I think from what I've seen so far, they're very evenly matched. Some of the star players from York making some great hits.
Yeah.
And I think it's just 1 or 2 occasions where the hits are so strong and so accurate that Lancaster just hasn't found them. And it's you have to accept that sometimes some of the very good shots from both sides just can't be found, and you're just going to have to leave it be and work for the next volley.
And I wonder, you might all know more about this, Joel. I'm wondering whether the height advantage on York's side. York seem to have a slight height advantage over the Lancaster team. How much would that come into consideration? How much do you think?
Yeah, I think some of the main players.
Just as we were talking there, York took the serve and they're taking the point straight away.
Yeah, I think it was left again, straight through the Lancaster players, but I think it was just inside the line.
Just like misjudged. And now it's a 3-point lead here for York. 17-14 in the second set. York already taking the first set. Looking to go into a 2-set lead. Oh, and that's straight into the net by number 7 for York.
Yeah, that was quite a weak shot, unfortunately. I think he was aiming for it to just clip over the net.
And a quick substitution there, it seemed, for
number 7 coming back on. We have Lancaster with the serve. Pops over, found by number 17, and number 8. And the shot by number 4.
Oh, Lancaster just about keep it in play. Get it
and York easily controlled, found by number 21.
I wasn't sure what the point was awarded there for, but it's gone to York.
I think there was contact with the player and the net. You're not allowed to touch the net during the game.
And that's so York take the point, and now a 3-point lead, 18-15 here to York in the second set. And number 8 with the serve for York.
It's found by number 5 by Lancaster, supported by number 6, and 5 goes up again. But it's kept in play by York, number 13 with the hit. And the point is awarded to Lancaster. I think there must have been some contact with the net there.
Went round the end of the net, we were informed. And now York with an 18-16 lead.
12 with the serve for Lancaster. And it's short.
Doesn't reach the net.
And York continue their 3-point lead in the second part of the second set. And we have a York serve, 17-4 and 21 taking defensive position, 7 and 8 out over to the side, and 13 with the shot, and it's found by Lancaster. Supported by 12, who clips it over the net.
I think it just took a touch of a Lancaster player there on its way out.
Yeah, unfortunately. Very confident serve. If they'd have just left it be, it would have been a point to Lancaster, but a clip on the defence meant that it is awarded to York.
And York now in a 20-16 lead. Interesting, Lancaster were in a very similar position in the first set, and that
so
they were at 4 points, so by no means over yet. And Lancaster take the point.
Yeah, very good there. Number 11 found the shot, and there was an attempt at a defence by number 13. It clipped his hand, which he wasn't able to keep it in play.
That's a 2017 lead still here for York, but the service pass to Lancaster.
Number 5 to take. Found by number 7.
Oh, number 7 so seemed to have misjudged it a bit there.
Yeah. Handwork, unfortunately, didn't manage to create a viable enough surface for the ball. Clipped it out into the audience.
And 2018 lead for York here. Lancaster just closed that gap by a couple of points, and we're looking to capitalise on that now.
It's found by number 13 by York. Over by number 7. And it's found by the Lancaster defence, but they couldn't clip it back over the net, and it lands in their half. So we're back to a 3-point lead.
Yep.
21-18.
York 4 points away from taking the second set.
And we're at a York serve. There's been a substitution. 21 has come off. Number 4, I believe. More height advantage.
Absolutely. It's number 5 for York to take the serve.
And he takes. And it's found by Lancaster, supported by number 12, and a hit by number 6.
Oh! It doesn't quite find its way over the net.
No.
And York move into a 4-point lead, 22-18. 3 points away from taking the second set.
And we had a player attempt to touch the net. Well, touch the net while attempting a serve. And we had the serve by York there, but it's too overzealous and it goes out of court. So it's over to the Lancaster serve. Number 7 to take. Found by 13 by York. Over to 8 and 17.
As you can see, the point goes for there. And it's York. It must have touched the Lancaster player on its way out of play.
Some of the Lancaster players not quite agreeing with the referee's decision. And it's the
Lancaster
York
players
serve.
almost seemed a little bit unaware that the decision had gone against them there, in fact. And we are now 23-19 to York. York 2 points away from finishing up the second set.
Still all to play for. 6 and 11. And 11 makes
Wonderful
a great
play.
shot that bounces off the elbow of the number 5 Casey for York. And it lands out of play.
23-20 now. York still in the lead, but close that gap down to 3 points. we could be through a very interesting conclusion to this second set.
And we have Lancaster number 11 with the serve. Popped over, found by 13, supported by 8. And over for 4.
And he's hit it wide.
Very wide, in fact. A little bit too overzealous with the shot. Brings the lead that they had acquired down to only 2 points.
23-21 here.
Number 11 here.
That's quite a lot of chanting going down there on court side. Number 11 with a serve for Lancaster.
Found by 13 and 8 for York and hit by 17. But it's found and knocked back over by 5. Back into the York attack. Number 4 with the hit. Supported by 5 and 6. Number 12 over. Found by 8. Hit by 17. Found by Lancaster 5. And it's over into the York's attack again. Number 4.
Straight into
and
the
after
net.
an amazing couple of volleys by both teams, this point goes to Lancaster.
Wonderful rally there, wasn't it?
Yeah, the defence from Lancaster managing to get a clip over to the other side, and York have called a timeout in the closing few points of the second set.
When they come back out on the score, it's going to be very tense. It's 23-22 now. York's still in the lead, but that gap down to 1 point now.
Yeah, and only moments ago it was up to 4. They've been very evenly matched for this set. I think Lancaster have come back fighting after an unfortunate loss in the first one when they were leading for most. I think they've definitely, since the last timeout we had earlier on in the quarter,
yeah,
definitely Lancaster have risen their game to the same level as York.
Yeah.
But they're very evenly matched.
I mean, we were talking earlier, because if you're just listening, obviously Lancaster have won won Roses 2016.
They have indeed.
And I was going to ask you, when you were at the ballroom dancing, obviously you already knew that. You already knew Lancaster had won the event. Did it take any of the pressure out of the event you were at earlier, or any kind of intensity out of kind of that desire to win or anything?
Well, when we were at the ballroom, it was announced about halfway through, just after we'd heard the results for the ballroom dancing.
Yeah.
For the ballroom portion of the ballroom dancing.
Okay.
It was announced that we'd won Roses, but
it
seemed to be going that way. But I think everyone still has the fire in them to make sure that their stint at Roses is what matters to them.
Yeah.
It's no longer, well, it's still a team effort, obviously, for both sides, but it's all about playing to your personal best for now.
Yeah. And it's 24. York just took the point there while we were talking. So it's 24-22 to York. York 1 point away, but the serve's gone long, and that keeps Lancaster in the set.
And with Lancaster at a 1 point deficit in the final moments of the second quarter of the men's volleyball, it's 6 for Lancaster to serve.
Oh, there seemed to be a bit of miscommunication there. I don't know whether it was on the York side.
I think two of the York players were going to go for it. Number 17 managed to find it clipped, but didn't get it correctly, and it bounced out of play.
And now we were all level at 24-24.
The next point will decide. Found by number 13. Makes
Wonderful block from Lancaster.
And 13 makes the hit, and it's blocked by number 12 by Lancaster. Found the space in the York half. And the second set.
The team has to win by 2 points.
Second set goes. Oh, it doesn't quite go yet. I think they need
two point lead to take the set, and York have just called a timeout here. Lancaster 1 point away for winning the second set. But we were saying that a few points earlier about York. York had several opportunities to take this set, and Lancaster have fought their way back into it.
A lot can happen when you tune out for a bit. So we're going in and have another minute for their timeout. Very even match, very good play.
Absolutely, been very high quality as well. Both
yeah,
teams
definitely.
Playing absolutely fantastically. The Lancaster volleyball team hoping to eliminate the men's who are winning quite comfortably on the basketball to the left of us.
Yep.
And we're back in play. York with the Lancaster, with the serve.
Yep. Can they get the point? They need to win this set. Number 6 with the serve. It's found by 17 and 8. Popped over.
Oh, that's just about same play.
And it landed inside. Very well done, York. Brings it back to 25-25.
There's a quick substitution here for York.
Number 5 is coming off, I think, for number 21. They're just making a decision now. Yep, number 21's going back on.
And number 21 is undoubtedly the tallest player on the court today.
Looking to get some deflected shots out for the defence.
And we were all level, 25-25 in the second set. York took the first, and
serve.
York are here with the serve, and it's gone straight into the net.
He couldn't find the height on that, unfortunately. I think the pressure might have just got into him slightly. And the score has gone up 26-25. And it's Lancaster's serve, and if Lancaster manage to capitalise on this advantage, we'll be seeing a very heated third set.
Absolutely.
And it's the 10 with the serve, found by 17 by York, and then 8, hit over by 13. And Lancaster have found it, supported by 12, number 11 in.
Oh!
And it's out, unfortunately, which means that the score is again level at 26-26.
A wonderful second set here.
Definitely.
Nothing, very, very little to separate the two teams here. And a quick substitution there for Lancaster. And York again with the serve, number 8, all level 20-26 in the second set.
And it's found by number 6, supported by number 12, and over for number 5.
Oh, it's just gone out. It was just out there.
And the point is awarded to York. I think some of the Lancaster players thought it had clipped off the number 21 from York, meaning that it would have been Lancaster's point. But the ref has made a decision that it came off the Lancaster player. And there's another timeout called by Lancaster. Yeah. You can see how crucial this set is by how the coaches are making sure that they're drilled every other point.
I wonder if part of it as well is just to disrupt the other team, you know, stop them ahead of it, you know, when they're trying to build up that momentum.
Yeah, once the momentum...
It must be frustrating for the other team when the timeout gets called.
And they're back onto court. This is the York serve. They're 1 point up. If they get this point, they've won the second set here at the men's volleyball.
It could be a crucial. This could be a really crucial play.
And it's found by number 5, supported by number 8. And number 5 in with the hit. And it's south.
Into the net.
Straight into the net.
And York take the second set.
And there we have it.
York 2-0 up now.
Yep, some very impressive play by both teams there. The York boys just managing to gain the momentum to keep ahead. Always just slightly one step ahead.
Definitely.
But Lancaster have been very good at managing to keep it even all the way through the second set. It's very exciting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was very even. I mean, it was the smallest of margins in that.
The Lancaster boys are going to have to pull something out of the bag now to make sure that the third set goes their way and they're kept in the competition.
Yeah. And it must be difficult to keep. They kind of keep their heads up, keep themselves motivated. But I suppose they just have to remember they've by all means been in both sets so far that we've seen. And they can consider themselves somewhat unlucky to be 2-0 down here, I believe.
Yeah. Any star players you found from the York side and the Lancaster side so far?
I think number 7 is stood out amongst the York players, and I just think I believe he's number 21. I think it's Woodward, York. I think just his height, and I think as soon as he came back on the court a moment ago, it seemed
the momentum seemed to shift once he'd managed to get back onto the court. He's been playing defensive for most of the set, and he's very good
really
at
just
doing
kind of neuter almost a bit of the Lancaster attack, you know.
Yeah.
But Lancaster have played very well so far.
Yeah, the Lancaster boys hasn't been very much standout, but I think it's because all the Lancaster boys have had some amazing serves so far during the day. Number 7 and number 12 taking on quite a lot of the attack.
Yep.
And for the most part, very accurate.
Yeah, no, number 12 has certainly played very well so far. And there's be some kind of chanting and clapping and things going on by the York supporters.
The York support is strong today.
Yeah. The Lancaster team, I'm sure, would appreciate some
sideline support.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're a Lancaster student, you're a Lancaster supporter, and you haven't got your
come down, your volleyball guys
afternoon.
need you. Very exciting game going on over to the left of us for the men's basketball. They're just reaching the end of the third quarter.
And I believe they're literally about to end it. Yeah, they've got 3 seconds left in that quarter. Lancaster are leading 50-30. And that's that loud
klaxon.
Yeah.
So yeah, two very interesting competition going on here in the Sports Centre. Remember, you can catch up with all the sports that we've had so far in this Lancaster winning 2016 Roses. If you go to Roses Live, sports.co.uk. You can see the current score and all the updates from either sports going on in the Sports Centre as well. But make sure you get down. I think both teams will love your support, especially here over in the volleyball now that basketball has taken a short break.
Absolutely.
And we're about to enter into the third set, potentially the deciding set if York manage to pull away.
Yep. And I think Lancaster's the biggest task for Lancaster is just to keep their heads up, keep themselves in the game.
Yeah.
Not let, don't let the motivation drop too low.
Yeah. Some unfortunate play by them has lost them some crucial points.
Yeah.
But I think it is definitely just about keeping your head in the game, making sure that the motivation is high.
And if they win this set,
then it's still all to play for.
Absolutely. But they do need, we should emphasise that they do need to win this set. York currently leading 2-0.
Number 6 with the serve for Lancaster, over, found by number 13 York, and 13 back with a hit. And there was an attempt at a deflection from Lancaster, but it fell short. Couldn't be found by one of the other Lancaster players behind the defence. And
just a quick recap of what's happened so far. York took the first set 25-20, and then we had a very close second set. York taking it 27-25, I believe.
28-26.
28-26 rather. And we're back in play here.
And it's a York attack. Number 21 for the support, and it's found by Lancaster.
The pace on the ball there was just York taking the point with the pace on the ball.
Absolutely blinding. Came off the elbow of number 11. Came off at a bad angle, unfortunately. It went into the nets just to the left of the court, and the Lancaster boys couldn't find it.
Does make me concerned with the people down at courtside when I see shots going at that pace.
Maybe you shouldn't come and watch the volleyball if you want your face to remain intact. But York with the serve, found by number...
And it was left there by number 9 for Lancaster.
Yeah, number 9 left it, thought that the player behind him with the no number was going to find it, but he was too late and it came out.
And York now with a 3-0 lead in this crucial third set.
Can Lancaster regain some momentum, or is the York power a little bit too strong for them? It's a York serve, so York advantage here. Number 8 from York prepares to take his serve. And it's found by number 7. And there was nothing they could do there. There was too much... Can only hit the ball 3 times in one volley. And unfortunately, the second pass was too weak. It clipped off the front of the net. And no one can find it in time to slick it over.
And we're now at York going to a 4-0 lead in this third set.
Found by number 9 and then 12. Over by number 6. Number 7 by York has found it. And number 8 hits it over.
I believe that's just into the net.
With the attack, straight into the net, means that the 5th point of this set goes to Lancaster. 4-11, 4-1. I'm dreaming. Lancaster had their serve, but it was too powerful and it went over, giving another point to York.
York now with a 5-1 lead here in this crucial third set. And I believe it's number 13 to take the serve for York. Or number 11.
Found by number 9. There are no Lancaster players to find the deflection off number 9's.
Number 12 going for a slightly unconventional method of keeping the ball in play there by lunging at it with his leg.
Yeah, unfortunately, not cricket. I mean, it's volleyball, but it's still not cricket. Number 13 for York with the serve. Flipped over, found by number 9, and then by 12, and hit by number 9. And it manages to just stay in. The York defence decided to leave it, thinking it was
going long. And that just keeps Lancaster within touching distance. It's still a significant lead here for Lancaster, for York, but we're very early in the start of this third set.
Yeah, they've had a shaky first part of this set.
Oh, and that's unfortunate. Lancaster would have been looked at building on that point, but the serve, unfortunately, doesn't make it over the net. And York re-established their 5-point lead, 7-2 now.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Lancaster might be getting the 2-set deficit, taking it a little bit hard and not capitalising on the play that they've had so far.
And it's just gone wide.
Yeah, number 12 attempted for the second hit of the volley. And he actually flicks it over the other side and lands it outside, which means that the point goes to York. So it's 8-2 in the crucial third set of the men's volleyball here in the Sports Centre.
And Lancaster just calling a very understandable timeout there. The coach is clearly trying to get his players. I don't know, their heads seem to have gone a little bit, but they're still undoubtedly in this game. It's a 6-point lead in the third set.
Yeah,
but as we've shown already in both sets so far, the leads can fall so quickly in this game, can't they?
Definitely. Can't count Lancaster out just yet. They can. They do still have some room to make ground.
Absolutely. And that clap that we've become used to. It's like the York Hacker, I believe.
Yeah, the York Hacker. It's doing its magic so far.
It is.
And it's the York 21 Woodward to take the serve for the 11th point. Found by number 6, supported by 12, and number 10 attempts to hit it over. It's found by number 21. It's kept in play just by York. Found by number 6, number 12, and number 10. Oh. He jumped a little bit too soon. The direction of the ball just too high for him. He makes an attempt at a flick over, but he's just a little bit too short to reach it. Means that the point goes to York. Very good volley though.
Absolutely.
And it's found by number 6 to number 9 to number 11.
It's into the net. Number 11 just couldn't get it over the net there, and it gives the York another point. There's going to be a quick substitution here for Lancaster. Lancaster trailing at 8 points, 10-2. York took the first 2 sets.
Yeah. Number 5 has come on for Lancaster. Number 9 has taken it off. I think number 9 has had a little bit of a shaky time.
Yeah.
He's left a few balls to go long.
Yeah.
And his passing hasn't been too brilliant.
No.
Unfortunately.
And it's the case now where every point is absolutely crucial for both teams here.
Yeah, so they're going to have to make sure that their best players are on the ball.
There is no room for mistakes, I don't, at this stage, certainly
there is
for Lancaster.
Not. And it's the York serve, found by 21. Just kept in play. Oh. But not quite enough. Number 5 just found it. Number 12 managed to keep it in the air.
Yep.
But it just was not strong enough. And we're back with the York serve. The points are 11-2 to York in the crucial 3rd set. Number 21 to serve for York. Found by number 6 and number 12. Number 10 for the hit. Kept in play by the York. Number 4 for the hit. Oh! And unlucky for York. The pass wasn't quite solid. And the point is awarded to Lancaster. The Lancaster support is very happy at the moment.
Absolutely.
Point. Lancaster serve with number 5.
11-3 here in this 3rd set.
And it's South. Not enough power, not enough height on the serve. Means that the serve returns back to York. And
that has been the story a little bit of this 3rd set so far, is that every time Lancaster win a point and they get the serve back, yeah, they've really failed to build on that momentum so far in this 3rd set.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. The serves just haven't been strong enough in the 3rd set. And another volley. Clipped over the net by number 6. Kept in by York, number 4 with the hit. Found by number 5 and number 12. And the York attack begins again. Another volley, number 17 found. Number 11 pops it over. Number 18 hit by number 13. Kept in by 12. It's bounced over. A very, very high deflection by the Lancaster player with no number. Soars all the way to the top of the sports centre, but it's found easily by the York defence, number 8, who clips it over and just underneath the legs of one of the Lancaster defenders. They're going to have to keep their head up high now, but a point has been awarded to Lancaster. A naff serve by number 4.
Serve straight into the net.
Points as they stand, 13 to York, 4 points to Lancaster. York have taken the first 2 sets. If they win this set, which it looks like they're on track to do at the moment, could have a York victory in the men's volleyball. York defence has found the ball. And number 5 in with the attack. Number 12, number 6 with the hit. Tapped over. Found by York number 4 and number 17. And over to Lancaster 10 and 12. Hit by number 11. Found by the York defence, the number 8. And hit by number 17. Blocked by the number 11. And it's still in the York part. Over by 4. Supported by 12. And 6 over the top. And it's kept in by York, just about. It bounces off the net.
Absolutely wonderful play here from both teams. Number 6 for Lancaster. Kept in play by York. As again, the rally is still going. Just clipped. Oh!
And after a long, long volley, a long rally by both teams, unfortunately the York defence was slightly too strong.
The standard of that last rally was so high.
Absolutely
Wonderful play
brilliant.
from both teams. And we had 2 long rallies in a row there, haven't we?
Yeah, number 7 just managed to clip it over there, and it was passed over a couple of the hands of the Lancaster players.
And the Lancaster shouts have finally started coming from the crowd down at courtside, looking to inspire their team to get back into this game. They're 14-4 down in the 3rd set. York have taken 2 sets so far.
And number 17 by York has come off of an injury after scoring that last point. On for number 4. It's found by the York attack.
Oh, and there's nothing you can do about that one.
A very, very strong hit by York, number 4.
And I believe it's Lancaster calling for a timeout at 15-4. York leading 15-4 in this 3rd set, having already taken the previous 2 sets.
York only need 10 points now to win this event for them at Roses. But York have a deficit of 11 to make up if they want to remain in with a chance of securing some more points.
But if, you know, we've seen bigger turnarounds, that the gap isn't too big at the moment. There is still lots of hope. There is still hope for Lancaster. Not necessarily lots of hope, but there is still hope for Lancaster to get back into this game.
Yep, the coach will be drilling them now, making sure that they've got their head in the game. A couple of the Lancaster's heads have been dropping throughout the past set. The pressure of this crucial set getting to them slightly. They're going to have to rally now.
Their concern will be that the momentum just feels behind York so far in this game. In this really important 3rd set. And the players are back out on court now.
And it's number 5 with the serve for York. And over it goes. It's found by number 5, number 12, and number 6. Popped over, but it's kept in play by York, and number 13 with the hit. And very well done. It was kept in. Unfortunately, Lancaster could just not make it.
I believe there was a bit of, again, once again, a bit of dispute about whether that ball was
came off the York player or came off the Lancaster player, but it's been awarded to York.
And he's given the point to York. York leading 16-4 here in this crucial 3rd set.
Needing to keep the heads up. And the serve is found by number 5 by Lancaster, and number 12 and number 11 over.
And the point to Lancaster.
Deflected off the York side person, and it goes off, making them look a bit of a sausage.
Number 11 for the serve for Lancaster. Found by number 4. Number 8 says it for number 13. And it's just clipped by the Lancaster player and goes out of play.
Number 7 unfortunately clips it in his efforts for a defence.
And York take the point, 17-5. York with a 12-point lead in this 3rd set, already leading 2 sets to 0.
They have some ground to make up, but I think York will be confident. They'll be keeping the momentum going.
Yeah. Well, they haven't got. I don't think they've got too excited. They've kept themselves level.
And over to number 6 by Lancaster. Found by the York defence. Number 8, number 4 with the hit, and it goes straight into the net, awarding a late point in for Lancaster.
I believe that closes that gap to just 11 points now in this 3rd set. 17-6 to York.
They need to get some fire behind them if they want to keep themselves in the game to Lancaster, and it's their serve now.
This serve is crucial.
Number 6, found by number 5 by York, and number 8, and hit by number 13. And it was just long, awarding another point to Lancaster. The deficit has reached 10. York 17, Lancaster 7.
Lancaster, they're going to really need to build on this momentum now.
And the Lancaster's serve, was too long, awarding the serve over to York. 25 points have been scored in the 3rd set of the volleyball. 18 York, 7 Lancaster. It's the biggest gap we've had all game, isn't it?
Absolutely.
8 with the serve, found by 5, supported by 12, and hit over by 7. Is kept in by the Lancaster players. Number 7 over to 5.
There's nothing they could do.
Defence of the York, too strong. 21 right in there to intercept it. Number 12 managed to get his hands on it, keep it in the air for a little bit of time, but unfortunately the Lancaster players too close to the net.
And there's quick substitution here. Number 4's coming on for number 6, I believe, on the Lancaster side.
Yep, can't imagine there's too long left to go for this 3rd set.
19-7. Remember, York need 25 points to claim this third set and the overall match.
The serve found by number 5 and number 12 and number 7.
Oh, number 5 is going to have a shot. Oh, he nearly took out the camera. If you're watching the LA 1, you nearly just lost your footage. And I believe that's a point for Lancaster. Closing that gap to 11 points in this third set. And the serve back with Lancaster.
Number 7 here to take the serve for Lancaster. And it's 2 south. It was a bad hand, unfortunately, on that serve.
That does seem to me be one of the biggest problems Lancaster had in this. It's just its problems with the
serves
serves.
have not been accurate for Lancaster in this third set. We're making some substitutions. Number 10 is coming off for number 2, sorry. And the server just then, number 7, having a sit after that. Number 4 coming on for him. Serve for York, number 13, found by number 5, supported by 12. Number 5 with the hit.
I believe that port's going to go to York. He was just on the far left hand of the net, and he just tried to tip it over there, didn't he? And he just managed to get it a little bit wider.
Yeah,
than
number 12 support was a little bit too.
And we've closed out 21-8 now.
And serve found by number 12 and number 5 for the hits.
Well kept in
found
play.
It again to number 8, to number 5 to hit it over. Number 5 finds it. Number 12 hits it up. And number 11 with the hit.
I believe that's long.
It was long. Awarded point to York, meaning that it's 22-8.
3 points. York are 3 points away from a victory here in the men's first volleyball. Looking, by the way, to I'll let the serve take place first.
And the serve was 2 south, awarding a point to Lancaster, bringing them up to 9, and it's number 12 to serve.
And if Lancaster are going to have any hope here in this third set, they really need to capitalise on this serve.
They really need to make their serves count from now on. And they weren't sure who was taking it for a second there, but it's kept in play by York. Number 4 in with the hit, found by number 11 and number 12, and number 11 comes in with a hit, but it's too wide, very, very wide, going into the York's supporting section, meaning another point is for York, 23-9.
23-9. York 2 points away from avenging their loss last year at Roses 2015. Lancaster won last year at the men's first volleyball. And
York 21 with the volley. Hit by 4, found by 12. And the hits by number 4, found by 13 and 8. But it doesn't manage over the net. Lancaster are awarded the point, bringing the total to 10.
There is a sense that Lancaster are delaying the inevitable slightly here.
Unfortunately, they do have a 13-point margin to cover if they hope to remain in the game.
York making a quick sub, which seems to be delighting the small female contingent on court side.
We can read into that what we like. Number 21, the height of York, coming off for a little bit of speed. Number 15, he's been very sprightly throughout the game.
Yep. And Lancaster with the serve.
And it's found by number 4 by York. Clipped over.
Oh.
Clipped over just by number 4. It looked like he was going in for a support, but he managed to nip it over the net. York seems to be celebrating only slightly prematurely.
Yeah.
It does seem that they have this set in the bag. They only need 1 more point to cinch the victory. They've brought on another player for the last volleys. And it's York to serve, number 16 to take. And it's over, found by Lancaster number 4, supported by 12 and hit by 11. Found by the York. And clipped over by number 5. Number 4 finds it for Lancaster. Number 12 back to 4 for the hit. York 16 manages it.
And Lancaster's taking a point, I believe.
Yeah, I think there was some contact with the player with the net.
And there is, sorry, that was a pandemonium on the court next to us. I believe Lancaster have just won the men's first basketball.
They have indeed.
Which I'm sure you can watch on a different channel, but right here at the volleyball, York remain 1 point away from a victory here in this third set and victory overall.
And it's a Lancaster serve found by number 4 and number 8 and hit by number 5, but it hits the net, meaning that the point goes to Lancaster.
Who knows, maybe there is a
silver lining somewhere.
Or are we in for a Hollywood finish here for Lancaster? 12-point gap. York 1 point away from winning his third set.
Number 2 with the serve. Found by number 8 and number 3.
Oh, it's gone wide.
It's gone wide. Point goes to Lancaster.
Lancaster for the first point in the set, the first time in the set, seeming to get a bit of momentum.
And they've definitely needed it. It's crunch time. Number 2, Lancaster with the serve. And it's found by number 4.
And it's long.
And it's long. And that's victory to York in the men's volleyball, I think. Yep, the team have entered the ring. And there we go, there we have it. That's the cincher. The serve by Lancaster, unfortunately a little bit too long, meaning that the final point here goes to York, and they clinch it 25-13 in the third set. No sets to Lancaster, 3 sets to York.
Yeah.
And I think that's 4 points onto the York scoreboard.
A very good victory by York. We had 2 very, very close sets.
Yeah, very evenly matched. Unfortunately, I think the pressure got too much for them.
Or just a little bit, just the heads went down, I think, on the Lancaster side a little bit in that final set.
They had a little bit of momentum going into the final points, but they couldn't keep it up, and they're shaking hands now. Giving each other hugs, handshaking.
But wonderful passion. It's interesting to see just how much it means to both sets of players. On the York side, just clearly how elated they are with the victory, with the Lancaster clearly feeling the defeat. You can see the disappointment on their faces.
But they should hold their heads high, because it was 3 very, very entertaining sets.
Yeah.
Some crucial Lancaster players being number 7 and number 2. But unfortunately, a little bit of handwork, just a little bit of sloppy support, I'm afraid, means that crucial points were lost to York.
Yep. And I believe the trophies
being handed over to York now. Some pictures being taken. And simultaneously, the men's basketball has just finished over on the other side, as has the men's volleyball over on the right. So, some very good matches.
Yeah.
But we're going to sign off from this stream now. Keep tuned for the stream. I'm sure there's some more sports coming up momentarily.
And have a good enjoy the rest of the afternoon. And remember to if you just tuned in, you want to rewatch it, I'm sure it'll be available on the Rose Live website in the next hour or so.
Yep, definitely keep tuned to YSTV, LA1 TV, URY, Bellrig FM, and keep up to date on Roses Live with both of the York newspapers as well. We have been your student media for the men's volleyball. Goodbye.
Goodbye.